If you want to stay calm during toddler tantrums, you have to focus more on yourself than on your child, because your toddler has already lost their mind and you are on your way to join them unless you can separate yourself from their problem. I'm going to show you 5 proven ways to keep your cool even if your kid is having a tantrum. And I think I'm actually going to throw in a 6th bonus tip that may be the most profound. The first way to stay calm during a tantrum is to breathe. Do not be afraid of the pause. The pause is very powerful. Take your time to think, to feel, and then to act. When we do this, we can be a lot more intentional than just kind of reacting to something right away. We don't have to act or do anything right away. When our brain hears the screaming or the yelling or sees that meltdown, it's really convinced that we are in serious danger and we need to get it to stop right away. We need to handle this immediately. It wants you to be convinced that in order to survive this situation, we need to make this tantrum stop as soon as possible. Don't let your brain fool you into thinking that there is a time limit or that you need to hurry or take care of this as quickly as you can. If you take just that single moment to take a big deep breath in, breathe, make sure you're thinking through what you're about to say, what you're about to do, that pause can stop you dead in your tracks from doing something that you're going to regret later. As we are learning, especially these ABCs, I'll link the video. I tell you exactly what to say during a tantrum. It's 3 sentences, super easy. As you're kind of coming up with that verbiage, give yourself a minute to think. It's okay to pause, to breathe, and kind of get your bearings and gear up for what you're getting ready to do, which is to handle this tantrum in a really healthy and constructive way. Don't make it mean anything about you. When we were talking about some of these new thoughts that might help us have a more stress-free experience during tantrums, we talked about realizing that our brain is going to attach meaning to whatever is happening around us. That's just what our mind does. And we can choose to not make it mean anything about us. Our child's tantrum is just what's happening right now. This is their behavior, and we don't have to choose to see it as a reflection on us as a person or as a reflection on our parenting. Clearly, I'm doing something wrong if they're acting this way. Oh my gosh, I'm such a bad parent. I can't believe my kid is doing this. They should know this by now. I've told them this already 100 times. Whatever it is that your brain is making it mean, and you're internalizing that and you're kind of absorbing that heaviness, honestly, it's not helping us stay calm. If we want to stay calm, we have to see that we are a separate person from our child. Their behavior isn't something that we get to choose. Their behavior is not something we get to control. This is about them and how we choose to react or show up for this tantrum. That's the part that's about us. All the thoughts in our minds, our feelings, how we're acting, that is what is ours to choose. So do not make their tantrum mean anything about you. Show up how you want to show up, and that is what is valid and important. The next way to stay calm during tantrums is to get rid of the shoulds. I should let him keep watching. Maybe I should let him stay up for a few more minutes. I should probably just read him another story. I should definitely get her to stop crying no matter what it takes. Should. What does that even mean? Shoulds are rarely based on what we actually believe in. They often are just coming from society. They're coming from a place of doubt and uncertainty. They're based on what other people are thinking or doing, maybe what they would approve of. Question all of the shoulds and most likely just get rid of them. I have said this in so many different situations. We are convincing ourselves so many times that we should do something or we should not do something. And when it comes to tantrums, you need to do and say exactly what you want to do and say. If you're doubting that, if you're kind of noticing these shoulds coming in, just know that is not necessarily helpful. And especially if it's contributing to you doubting you being consistent and following through with your plan, just don't go there. Keep your cool, stay calm, and as you embrace that really confident approach to tantrums that you know from all these videos in this series, this is telling you exactly what to do. You know the plan. Stick with the plan and don't let those doubts creep in. Next is basing our emotions on our toddler's behavior. Believe me, I know this is way easier said than done, but remind yourself that you are in control of your own thoughts. You are the one that gets to choose your feelings. You are the one that gets to decide how you are going to act. Learn to be comfortable with your child's discomfort. It truly is okay for your toddler to want something. It's okay for them to have really big feelings. It's okay for them to have a big outburst or a meltdown. That is separate from what you are experiencing. Don't soak in all of their turmoil, all of their feelings, all of their whatever they have going on. Distance yourself enough to know it's okay for them to feel however they're feeling. It's okay for them to get frustrated. It's okay for them to feel upset. The more we can embrace that, the easier it will be to detach our emotions from theirs. Sometimes we think it's our job to fix everything for our kids. Sometimes we are really very sure that our job is to keep them from feeling any negative emotion, to protect them from anything upsetting or sad or uncomfortable, when really our job is to help them through that. Our job is to sit in that with them and help them learn that that's okay, and what we choose to do next is relevant. So when we're doing those ABCs, we're acknowledging that feeling. That is how we're showing up for them. We're seeing their pain. We are seeing the frustration. We are imagining how disappointed they must feel. And then there is a boundary. There's a boundary that we are going to implement, and our kid gets to just trust us. They get to lean on our strength. They get to lean on our calm energy and all of the good things while they work to get back to that good place. And that is very, very powerful. So my bonus tip for you is to let your brain go to the worst case scenario of a tantrum. What is your brain so afraid of? When we follow that trail and actually confront that fear, it will lose its power, and we will realize there isn't anything to be afraid of. We definitely might feel embarrassed. We probably feel inadequate. We may feel worried. We might feel guilty. We're probably feeling frustrated. Any feeling is okay, and it's just a feeling. The worst that can happen is an emotion. And when we feel confident about the intentional parenting decisions that we're making during these tantrums, we can completely be unfazed by these tantrums. We can stay calm because there's nothing else to worry about. There's nothing else to it than simple ABC. That's all we're doing. ABC, ABC, ABC over and over again. There isn't anything to be afraid of. What could there possibly... That is a really loud truck. What could there possibly be to be afraid of? You're dealing with a 2-year-old. You're dealing with a 4-year-old. You're an adult. You totally have this under control and definitely can stay calm. So those are my tips. If you missed it, I do have 30 amazing thoughts to think during tantrums that will lead to a more calm experience. That video will be coming up right after this one. Also grab my free cheat sheet. It's just a really good tool to have at a glance, quick reference when you find yourself in those moments of here we go, right? We're having a tantrum. It can be on your phone, just saved right there. It can be printed on your fridge. Have something so that you don't feel like you're taken off guard. You're ready. You know exactly what to do, what to say. I want you to succeed. You guys are doing amazing. You're showing up, watching these videos, you're learning so much, you are trying so hard, and that totally counts for a lot, way more than you think. I just can't wait to see you in the next one. I'll see you soon.